Hi, and a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. I'm Greg Parry, I'm a wellbeing specialist. And one of the areas that tends to get in the way of our ability to really enjoy life to the full, it's just the way that we tend to become extremely attached to what happened in the past. In fact, you could say that we are very much the products of the things that have happened to us. And the more you think about these things, the more you dwell on them, the more you interpret the emotional impact, the stronger those connections become. Now, we can't necessarily just remove the past, nor are we suggesting we should just ignore it. But the emotional connection to the past, that's something very different. That's something we can influence, something we can control. And I'm suggesting today that it really is possible to free ourselves from our emotional connection to some of the more unpleasant things that have happened in the past, so they lose their ability to cast a long shadow over the quality of our lives. Because if you've been hurt, if you've experienced trauma, if you've gone through difficult times, gosh, if you've been betrayed, if your trust has been trampled on, it can leave emotional scarring, and it can seriously impact on your ability to enjoy life today. In other words, if somebody has done something that was highly inappropriate, which has left a feeling of pain and vulnerability, we really need to make sure that that series of events doesn't continue to impact on the quality of our lives today, because the risk is that what happened in the past continues to dominate our expectations for the future. Let me just say that again. We're not here to suppress feelings or to pretend that things didn't happen. We're simply here to place those events in a context where they no longer influence the quality of our lives, how we think, how we feel. We take those events and we remove them from our ability to experience happiness and well-being. I know this is kind of work I've been doing for over 20 years, but it's a very effective dynamic that all of us need to appreciate, so that the quality of our relationships isn't diluted or diminished by the odd individual we bump into who perhaps abuses the love and trust we give them. It's a very sensitive subject, and I know it very much depends on your individual interpretation of what happened, but my point is simple enough. Let's create a vision for ourselves right here, right now, that opens up the possibility of a much happier, more fulfilling future, where those events in the past no longer get to play a role on how we think, on how we feel, and how we behave. We are creatures of habit. We are very much the products of our early conditioned behaviors, the way that we were brought up, the emotional environment we were exposed to in our formative years. But the good news is, those influences, if they are hindering your development, blocking the way that you can experience life in the fullest, most positive sense, it is possible to change our connection to those events, to introduce new ways of thinking and feeling, behaving that enhance your capacity for happiness, your potential for complete well-being. What do you think? You know that I love to get your comments, your observations, your feedback, and any experiences that you'd like to share. It's just great fun to be able to have this kind of communication. If there's anything you want to talk about, just feel free to get in touch with me. Now, I'm looking forward to being back with you again soon, but in the meantime, let me wish you a wonderful day.